George, Michigan, the first-generation Chevrolet Traverse represented a brand name and its corporation in transition, having launched the model year before General Motors' bankruptcy. American families were beginning to trade in truck-based sport utility vehicles much like the Chevy TrailBlazer to get more car-like unibody front-wheel drive-based SUVs. 10 years later, Chevrolet is taking the initiative its game on this segment, taking up leaders such as the best-selling Ford Explorer, in addition to the likes from the Jeep Grand Cherokee, Toyota Highlander, Hyundai Santa Fe and Honda Pilot, that are more popular versus the Traverse. Even Chevrolet's bigger, traditional Chevy Tahoe Suburban combo outsold Traverse by a lot more than 46,000 units not too long ago. So the 2018 Chevrolet Traverse as well as its smaller compact sibling, the Equinox, are two key models in Chevy's goal of becoming America's #1 brand again. That means it has to first catch Toyota, then Ford, the second of which outsold Chevrolet by nearly 391,000 units recently. To drive its competitive points home, Chevy offered journalists an opportunity to take their families to be able to Michigan resorts. Yes, we've got them for that weekend so that you can best take pleasure in the Traverse's qualities. No one among Automobile's Detroit bureau-based staff has kids, but my lady, Donna, and I have 3 collies in your family. We used Chevy on its offer of any new Traverse for your weekend, and declined the resort lodging offered as our destination in support of our newly purchased, dog-friendly cabin off Lake George from the north-central part from the state, about 180 miles away. There are going to be fur. Outside, the modern Traverse shares Chevy's very handsome design language and it is Coke bottle body forms with the newest Equinox. The two SUVs remember the organic, fuselage-style profiles of Chevy's glory years from the 1960s and early 70s. Chevy says how the all-new Traverse is just slightly larger as opposed to first model, having a 2.0-inch longer wheelbase as well as a slight surge in overall length, but much more interior space. We wanted the opinion and the presence of any truck, says designer Rich Shear. It has Tahoe DNA, more SUV than CUV, he states. I think the revolutionary Chevy Traverse looks much sleeker, tighter and fewer people mover-like compared to old Traverse. The fact which the truck studio designed this model is not a happy accident, says Steve Maioros, marketing director for Chevrolet Cars and Crossovers. That's an important hint. We know the 2019 Chevrolet Silverado and 2020 Chevy Tahoe Suburban are going to be radically updated, with sleeker, more aerodynamic styling, so it's pretty clear the 2018 Chevy Traverse can be a 78-scale preview of the full-size trucks. Imagine the following Tahoe Suburban to be a larger, longer Traverse. Cut the superior off aft the B-Orc pillar. Throw a good rear axle back, along with the next Silverado. Whether this styling results in being more truck-like or you cannot, it really works, and it also should move the metal among mainstream consumers, who typically list styling as a significant purchase consideration. Underneath, the 2018 Traverse is all new. It rides around the C1Y platform shared using the smaller GMC Acadia along with the coming Mark II Buick Enclave. Its 3.6-liter V6 would be the only carryover piece, and simply engine choice up to now. This is not the 3649cc V6 with active fuel management cylinder shutoff introduced from the Cadillac CT6. But rather an updated version in the 3564cc high-feature V6 that's been for the market for further than a decade. It's coupled to GM's new 9-speed automatic transmission, and features stop-start technology, without the need of shut-off switch for your driver. Pneumatic control is bound to a button for the gearshift, and also the driver may pick a range of gears, one of several 9 when it's in tow mode. The suspension from the Traverse has McPherson struts up front as well as a FIV-link rear. Chief Engineer Dean Perley points on the Sachs PLV passive dampers with rebound springs within the rear as a possible important addition. A urethane vertical bar from the spring coils, known as the spring aid, serves to be a jounce bumper. The result can be a soft, supple ride, though good handling, Perley says. The electrically assisted power steering has variable effort, and also the turning diameter of 39 feet is concerning 1.5 feet tighter compared to old models. Base wheels are 18 inches, but our spiffy Traverse Premier's $2,495 Redline Edition appearance package adds 20-inch aluminum wheels and paints them black with red accents. It also blacks out of the chrome trim plus the Bodhi badges and adds a dual Skyscape sunroof as well as the trailering package. Donna and I headed to the cabin late Friday afternoon. The Traverse loaded program our 3 collies and simply a couple of bags. The Traverse's 3 rows of seats meant absolutely nothing to us. We folded around the Secondro captain's chairs and also the 3rd row bench, and aimed to fill inside space between those Secondro seats with bags as a way to keep the soil as flat as possible for that dogs. If you have dogs with no kids, you'll want the Secondro bench. The updated V6 is smooth and powerful, with very nice throttle typing. Keep your right foot in it along with the 3.6 rewards you using a subtle motorboat trail when you smoothly and quickly make it to the mid and upper rev ranges. Chevy says 060 miles per hour will come in less than 7 seconds, respectable for just a 4,362-pound thorough SUV. Ours was obviously a front-wheel drive model, closer for the stated curb weight than one using the optional all-wheel drive system. Because Collie Hugo was created blind and has now obsessive-compulsive disorder, we can't buckle him in. And we don't buckle in Django or Maud, either. We usually offered some netting behind leading seats. Driving with 3 dogs means being less aggressive for the highway and leaving more space for gentler braking. I made good use with the surround vision cameras, that make backing into parking spaces easy, though we had no use with the teen driver technology. The Traverse's suspension and steering be poorly advertised. It's possibly the smoothest and the majority comfortable ride among SUVs on this segment, nicely experiencing the expansion strips along with the crumbling items of Michigan's I-96 and State Highway 127. The jounce control implies that dive isn't bad when sudden brake lights ahead force a harder than usual stop. The steering is precise and lightweight, offering good feedback, although the ratio isn't so quick concerning feel too twitchy for this kind of big, tall sport utility. This is usually a comfortable, well-balanced SUV that can suit a family using a sportier, more enthusiast-oriented car for the other side from the garage. Donna was willing to find which the front passenger seat, such as driver's seat, has power lumbar support, a function all too rare, during luxury models. We ran the leading seat coolers for the way around Lake George. Interior materials and fit and finish are state-of-the-art for a brand name offering luxury with a commodity price, with Rick-looking padding around the dashboard and better-than-average plastic finish for the lower parts with the doors. The Traverse provides extensive convenient storage, including a hidden compartment behind the power-operated radio navigation screen and also a deep compartment in the cargo load floor that's great for carrying food right beneath the dog's paws. Our $47,930 Chevy Traverse Premier Redline is priced on the websites for with Buick Enclaves and Infiniti QX60s. The base Traverse starts at $30,875, plus the popular Traverse LT with cloth seats begins at $35,495. We enjoyed the Bose Premium 10-speaker hi-fi standard while using premium trim, listening to some mix of public radio and XM Channel 67, but we didn't work with Apple CarPlay. Just what are we gonna do, call one another? Nor the OnStar or 4G LTE Wi-Fi hotspot. Longer trips, maybe. Everything operates by touchscreen, though. Chevrolet eschewed the tuning knob inside new Traverse, and also the Equinox, making finding that out-of-town radio station too distracting. We did make use of the navigation system and its particular 8-inch color touchscreen on Saturday night to get a restaurant in Cadillac. The navigation took us away from our way by maybe half 1 mile, by using a closed-loop cul-de-sac within our Lake area community, before directing us towards the town about 35 miles away. On Sunday morning, I drove with a dirt road near our cabin, where there's some deep sand on parts from the mile-long stretch that goes unplowed during wintertime. I could experience some fun while using twin-clutch advanced AWD system that disconnects the prop shaft for better fuel efficiency. It's standard on the newest top-of-the-range $52,995 base Traverse High Country. The High Country's advanced AWD has 4 driver selectable modes. Our FWD model was included with 3, Standard, Snow Mode and Trailer, which often Traverse can tow approximately 5,000 pounds. In AWD Off-Road mode, the device turns the Chevy Traverse High Country into something of any rally car around dirt road corners, like a WRX, says Chief Engineer Perley. For me, with my FWD Premier Redline, the path made simply a decent photo op. It acquitted itself well way back in Metro Detroit Monday, when I subjected the SUV to my standard local cloverleaf of right-turn sweepers. There's no wallow to accompany the soft, comfortable ride, and also the SUV steers through such turns with mild, predictable understeer and moderate yaw. You can go sufficiently fast without alerting any stability control nannies, unlike, repeat the segment-leading Ford Explorer, which consists of overly intrusive curve control. The Traverse's steering initially required a little bit of mid-curve correction. Even with 266 pound-feet going for the front wheels, there seemed to be no detectable torque west here. I heard and felt the undefeatable stop-start setup just once, around the way back on the office with this modest handling exercise. Otherwise, the fuel saving feature was undetectable with no eye around the tachometer. It's the most effective stop-start within the business. The 3-hour drive back in Metro Detroit daily earlier was uneventful within a good way, in spite of traffic jams south on 127 and east on 96 as other weekenders attempted to get home. Yes, it's a drive and forget almost vehicle, having a plethora of entertainment choices for 3-hour plus trips, with all the best-looking styling inside the segment. By Monday, I had driven the 2018 Chevrolet Traverse Premier Redline greater than 600 miles, the final 256.7 off a fill-up in Cadillac. Indicated fuel mileage was 25.3 miles per gallon with an average speed of 46.7 miles per hour, but by my calculation along with 3 or 4 extra clicks about the regular unleaded pump, I averaged 23.9 miles per gallon. I returned the Traverse to Chevy with all the weekend's bugs and dirt washed off, and simply about all from the fur vacuumed in the interior. 2018 Chevrolet Traverse Premier Specifications. Price $45,395, $47,930 BAZ tested. Engine 3.6 liters. 24 valve V63 10 HP at 6,800 revolutions per minute, 266 lb-ft at 2,800 revolutions per minute. Transmission: 9-speed automatic. Layout: 4-door, 7-passenger, front engine, FWD SUV. EPA mileage: 1,827 miles per gallon city hui. LXWXH: 204.3 by 78.6 by 70.7 inches, wheelbase. 120.9 inches, weight. 4,362 pounds, 060 miles per hour, 6.9 seconds estate. Top speed: Nah.